Chronicles of Football podcast.
You know how it goes.
About the guests.
The guest we've got this week. Chronicles of Football podcast. We're live inside. We're ready to ride. You know how it goes. Dirty weather outside and that, but we're here. Traffic tried to hold us back, but we're here.
It did.
You know what I'm saying? But we got to keep it moving.
Come on.
As they do. I go by the name of Jay and now your host, the big man inside, as some like to call me. I like to call it Slender Bender. Now I'm playing.
Yeah, what man saying? Yeah.
But you know I didn't come alone. I don't bring in the host yet without bringing in my co-host, as you know. It's not only is he the big man, but he's also the father.
This
Yeah?
guy's up.
Father giving the order as always. Trust me, people. Yeah? Big up yourself, co-host. Let me not even say too much. You just
You
say
know
what
what
you
my
gotta
name is,
say.
people, by now.
Yeah?
I'm Dyer.
The big
Yeah.
DITA, live and direct from the south side of the bridge. You know,
Good, mate.
I'm good, sir. Yourself?
Yeah. Boy, I'm here, mate. I
You're
can't
just
complain.
trappy all the time and bring me in, man. This is what I'm saying. Just trappy everywhere,
Fam,
bro,
I'm
man.
just trying to
This
live.
is what I'm saying.
What's
man.
wrong
Just-
with this guy? I'm just trying
you know
to
what I'm saying?
live.
Just donate a little topper now. I might just be able to take out
No,
the hem and try and
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. That give you a top. He's taking one arm.
give me one of them. I might try to go back to Trappy and say, yo, hold on, I lost the receipt. Give me XL. You know how we do. But you good though.
Yo, yeah, man, I can't complain.
Big man,
I
the
can't
hot
complain.
seat's warm.
Yeah, something different.
The hot seat's warm.
Something different. You know, we don't really get this position.
We don't get this position. I
Yeah.
think we've had
One.
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 We've had one, so we've got
One.
another one. But his
Yeah.
perspective is going to be different.
Trust me.
Not every day you get someone who controls in between the sticks. You might get the midfield controller or someone who runs the channels and bullies up defenders and that. But you got someone who's, come on in, get back. You can't even say keepers, can you?
No,
You got to say your name. You got to say some sort of other than keepers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one today. So, without further ado, ladies and gents,
Let's do this.
it's Mr. Ashlee Jones.
What's happening? What's happening? What's
What's
happening?
happening,
What's going on?
How you keeping?
I'm good, man. Can't complain.
How's life treating you?
Boy, it's ups and downs, but we move.
I hear that. I hear that.
Give me that.
We're gonna get into something later. Don't want to give it away just yet. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into it a little bit later. But as we do on this show, we always start off and then we finish off with one question. So, first one we're gonna start off with is why football?
Why football?
Yeah.
Boy, it's just when we was younger, because we didn't have much, me and my friends and stuff like that, growing up in the area we grew up in, it was a way to express ourselves, number one. It's where we found enjoyment. And like when you're younger, it don't cost you much. It don't cost you nothing to go to the park and kick a ball about.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's just, football brings people together. It makes you forget about your problems for whatever time you're doing the football for. And that's probably like the main reason, to be fair. And it kept me off the streets. That's why my mum got me on it.
Right.
But keeper. Like and
I
a
wasn't
black
always the
keeper.
keeper.
And
I
a-
wasn't-
and a black keeper. Not even trying to bring a
Because you know
race
what?
and all of that.
No
But
disrespect to keepers.
It's
you know-
only
you know
become
when-
a trend kind of now.
Yeah, because it's the sweeper keeper. It's the playing out. from
No,
the
but
back
I'm
and-
saying about having a black keeper. I said
Yeah.
like it's kind of like the trend
Yeah.
now.
No.
Like especially like we look in France and we look in like Holland.
Yeah.
We'll see black
see black
keepers.
keepers.
Like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
over here,
You don't get
it's
that.
a bit slim.
I know
Like,
disrespect to you. Not obviously you had a career playing there, but back in the day when we used to play like World Cups or
brother,
knockouts,
man don't want to be
it's
a
like
goal.
the worst person's getting in goal.
Yeah.
The last person's
Yeah,
getting in goal.
yeah.
Or the
And
fattest
when
person's
the
getting in goal.
fattest one's getting in goal.
You know
Now you're rubbish. You're shit.
You're dead. You're getting
You know
a
what I'm
goal.
saying? You're dead. So first of all, how did the love of that come?
Yeah.
Well, I started off playing up front.
Okay.
What?
First
no,
of all.
no.
I'll tell you the
Man
truth.
said he was a striker.
I
Now
was
he's
a striker.
a
'cause
goalie. You know?
I was bigger than everyone else. I had a bit of pace and I was
What were you
strong.
doing? Chesting it and catching it. Or-
No.
Man said he didn't know which one.
No, but it was like because I was playing on pitch first, playing up front. I was at West Ham when I was younger, playing centre midfield.
All right. What age was this?
This must have been when I was about 11.
Okay.
Went there, didn't enjoy it at all. Was at Watford for a longer period of time, and I was enjoying it. But you see, like in the summer they do the 5-a-side tournaments.
Yeah.
So every time we'd be in a 5-a-side tournament, I'd always want to play in goal. Because I was crazy. Like, when I was younger, I used to dive on concrete, do just mad things, put my head anywhere, throw my whole body on the line.
Like
and then one season, my Sunday League team, Interwards, we didn't have a keeper. The keeper left. I think he might have went to a club or something. So they asked me to play in goal. I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Let me just give it a go. Went in goal and I was playing well. Loads of clubs were interested.
So what age group was that roughly?
When I was under 14s.
Oh,
okay.
14s or 15s.
All right.
And then I started playing in goal, enjoyed it.
So you picked up the position quite late.
Yeah, I was late. Very late.
Yeah.
And that's like a kind of like
A technical position.
Yeah.
in the sense of hands. And
Yeah, technically I want the
and
best.
Concentration.
and-
No, but I'm saying in terms of like, you see outfield players like,
Yeah, you're
get it
technically and
because
tactically.
yeah, because you can get the technical side later if you can
Listen,
run, if you pass.
Them man, there's got their own coach.
That's what I'm saying. So
You understand? There it is. Like, you lot don't get coached by the man them that's getting coached with the 11.
No, and even at grassroots they don't get
That's
coached.
what
So
I'm
you, that's okay.
That's what I'm saying.
that's
Like,
what
yo.
mad.
So it was a bit mad. And then when it got to 16s, I remember I went to QPR.
Okay.
So I went QPR when I was under 16s, done a few training sessions, doing it all right. Technically, I weren't near. And then I done my cruise shit in the training session on trial. So that set me back.
Sorry to just hold right there. You see
Yeah.
when you say you wasn't technically great,
Yeah.
are you talking technically with your feet?
Like my
or-
footwork, my handling, like
Okay.
there was, when I look back at myself then,
Yeah.
I was like, boy, if I was looking at him, I wouldn't have taken him.
So you see, okay, you know, like keepers today, yeah. You see, for instance, I don't know, a keeper fumbles the ball, and then say if he's gone up for the corner to catch it, he fumbles it, and the opposition just knock it into the back of the net. Is the term he's not technically good with his hands, or
No.
what would that be?
That is just,
He's just clumsy.
it comes to like, it's a bit clumsy. It
Or
depends
lack of
the whole
concentration.
scenario.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, for
Maybe.
instance, Mendy the other day, what he done against?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen it.
Oh, yes, I did.
Against who they beat? They lost 1-0 penalty. Everton.
Everton,
So
yeah.
what would that be down to? That lack of concentration,
No,
clumsiness.
it's just a misjudgment, I think, because
Okay.
he's probably gauged he could get there and not
Yeah.
anticipated someone.
Someone coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I'm
Okay,
saying? He didn't
okay,
think he was gonna get there before him. He just
Alright.
like, because when you're playing in goal, you can't hesitate. Whatever you first think to
Gotta
do,
go with.
you have to go with.
Okay.
Because if you don't commit to it, that's when mistakes happen, isn't it? So
Yeah. So anyway, go back. Sorry about that.
where was that?
Nah,
I don't even know. where I was.
crucial.
Crucial.
Yeah, so I
crucial.
done my cruise shirt,
Yeah.
and then so it set me back, and then obviously I was disheartened and whatnot.
Oh, again, man's cutting up Ashlee, man, taking the pee. But so how many training sessions you have? A couple.
About two, yeah,
Then you done your cruise shit.
yeah. And then they said to be fair to them, they said to me, when you're back fit, just let us know and we get you back in. So, but me being me, I used to think, you know what, they ain't even gonna call me back. It's just my loss.
But hold on. Through that, then, when you're going through that, getting the injury, did they help you?
Nah, they just left me to my own devices, really. So what happened was,
I take it it's because you weren't signed.
yeah, because I weren't signed. When you're not signed to these places, like, they don't care. They don't really care, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it's like, I was just like, raw, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I don't know the rehab I'm meant to be doing. I was back riding a bike in about 2 weeks when I shouldn't have been riding a bike.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't want to feel left out with my friends and that. So, my friends would go on bike rides. I was like, boy, I'm going to have to soldier this pain and go. So, done all that. Ended up, got fit, and I went Swindon. And then I played against Southampton.
So Swindon's, what was it? What were you?
On trial.
What was it? Back end of your 16 or going into
Yeah,
your
back end.
back end? So you were back from the injury by the
Yeah.
time.
So, I
So
was
you got the injury at the beginning of 16.
Yeah.
All right.
So then Went there, played well. They said that, we want to see you one more
How
game.
did you get the How did the swindon? How did that even come up? Because obviously you've been out for so long.
I don't know what. I think they. I think they see me play. No, one of my coaches, Danny Bailey, who's at Inord, he knew Jimmy Fraser, who's now at Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So he called Jimmy Fraser. Jimmy Fraser, all right, cool. Send him along.
Oh, Jimmy Fraser was at Swindon.
Yeah, he was at Swindon.
Yes.
Jimmy Fraser.
He was YDO.
Okay.
So I was like, cool. My uncle drove me up, went there, played against Southampton, done well, said to me, come back. So my second game was at Lilleshall. Yeah, Lilleshall against Tottenham.
Okay.
Done well. And then he was like, everyone wants to sign you, apart from the first team manager. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, what's his reasoning? Not even me, my uncle. I didn't know what I was saying. So I was like, my uncle was like, so what's his reasoning? He said he doesn't see me playing first team in 16 months. He said, I don't see me playing first team. And my uncle was like, he's only 16. Well, I wasn't even 16 actually. I was 15 because I'm one of the youngest in my year.
Right.
I was 15. He's like, don't make sense. So I ended up going back to QPR. QPR called me back.
Yeah.
And then
So hold on. QPR called you back. You never signed. You got injured. They didn't help you with them. Didn't help you with it, and they still called you back.
Yeah, they still called me back. They said to me,
Sounds
come back.
about right.
So I come back. They gave me a non-contract for a year. Within my first year, Southampton called. So Southampton called. They said, no, you can't have him. And these times I wasn't even playing under 17s. I was just on the bench every Saturday. I was I was training every day, going on the bench. I was getting vexed. I was like, I'm not even playing. What am I doing there? And then I thought, once they said no, I thought that was done. Southampton. Second year, I was still there. And then Southampton called again. And I was like, they actually called me this time. And I remember I was in there. I took the call in the shower. Like, because all the boys were in the change room. I was like, no, I've got to take this.
Yeah.
Went in the shower, took the call. And it was like, we want you to come, blah, blah, blah. Can you come tomorrow?
Yeah.
I said, yes, I'm coming tomorrow.
yes.
I didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't care. I was gone past
Screw
caring.
them, boy.
I was just like, so I said, yeah, I'm coming tomorrow. Went up there. I was meant to be there for a week because they had the FA Youth Cup against Arsenal. And then they needed someone to be on the bench that game, but I was going to play. I played the Saturday. Can't remember who it was against. But after doing that, they said, nah, you're signing for the year. And then we'll speak to you again at the end of the year. And then I done well. And the level I stepped up to, because even that week alone with the goalkeeper coach, I stepped up so much.
So what did QPR do? Did they release you, or
I was non-contract. I went on a
When
scholarship.
we 1 year,
oh
for
yeah,
1
you only
year.
signed
Yeah.
it, but you just continue to go back
Yeah.
for training and whatnot.
Yeah.
whatnot. All right, cool.
And I used to go Redbridge College as well, like 2 days a week
Okay.
and stuff like that.
All right, makes sense now. Now I get why Southampton could have just come
Yeah.
in so
Come in and
easy
change it,
and
yeah.
just
Yeah.
Normally
Bring it
there would
across.
be no chance that they would have had to pay
Tribunal.
Pay,
money
of
and
course,
stuff.
yeah, tribunal, like,
yeah,
yeah.
all of that, yeah.
So you got out. So they offered you a year.
Yeah,
So they offered you your second year scholar.
second
Year
year
scholar,
yeah.
yeah. Because obviously, okay. So how did that begin? How did you start off there in terms of? Were you training in the? I'm sure I ran into one reserves. Were you playing regularly?
I was with the youth team mainly. So there was obviously them times there was under 70s, under
19s, yeah.
So I was mainly with the 19s, 70s and 90s. We used to joke, like mix together.
Okay.
Because most of the 19s used to be with the reserves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I used to be with them. On the odd occasion, I'll do shooting with the first team and stuff like that. But then I felt in myself that I improved so much in that period of time there.
Yeah.
Then I had clubs calling for me left, right, and centre, and it gave me like hope. Like at first, I didn't know if I was gonna make it. I weren't too sure. Then when I went there and I was around the people, I was around the other players as well. I'm seeing my own teammates going in the first team, training with the first team. I was thinking, right, this could happen to me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it was a good positive vibe to be around.
So your confidence was growing then.
Ridiculously.
Yeah.
So what was obviously you're leaving East London. You're leaving London now. You're going up them sides. You're going down. Yeah, you're going up there now. So
mate.
what was life? Obviously you're going into
transition?
digs. What was the transition like?
Yeah, what was the transition?
Like I was proper London. Like you know, like when you're here, you don't realise how big the world is until you leave your own area.
Facts.
So I'm in my area thinking, boom, I'm living in this sort of area. I have to walk with a certain way, with a screw face. I go to Southampton, I dress in the same, walking around the same, and people like, it's like little things that you be walking down the road and a stranger says to you, good morning. I'm thinking to myself, why are you talking to me for? Like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Like, it's things like that you don't even learn in London. Once you come out of London,
it's the truth.
Everyone's in the rat race here.
Yeah,
so everyone's running.
It's 100 miles per hour here.
For someone to say hello to you here, you're thinking, what do you mean hello?
Yeah,
that's your first reaction for someone in London. What do you mean hello?
What are you talking to?
See, it was wild. It's mad because I went there and then I felt like more relaxed. I didn't have to
less pressure.
I didn't have to walk down the street and be looking over my back every 5 steps. It was like, I think I needed that, especially the time I went there, because I went there like it might have been like 3-4 weeks after my mum died, because when I was at QPR, my mum died.
Oh wow.
And then I remember a few weeks later I got the Southampton call and I went Southampton, and QPR, QPR, when that happened, were unbelievable to me. Like, all my teammates come to the funeral, everything. But then when I went Southampton, my new teammates obviously knew my situation before I even got there. They must have been told or something, and they welcomed me with open arms. It was such a relief, and that helped me get through my tough period of time. You get what I'm saying?
That must have been tough leaving London. Obviously, it's a blessing. You're leaving home, but it's a blessing that you've got that. So it's just a mix of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Mum's gone.
Home, home is not home no more.
Like you're in digs.
Mum's not there.
Mum's there.
I'm saying mum's
not there. Yeah.
Home is not home.
Yeah.
So like, you're going through a reality like home's not home. I'm also making the transition into going to another part of England. She's not going to get to see. She's not going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have that kind of safety net of her. Like, Mum, I'm coming back. Or Mum, you got the food ready. Or you know those little things that we take for granted.
It was mad. But like my uncle and my aunt, I couldn't have wished for better people to be around me.
Of course, good support.
Ever. And the woman, I will never forget the woman that used to look after all of us, Jules. She treated me like I was her son. Yeah. Like, I was the favourite, and I felt like I was the favourite, and I was been there 2 minutes. Like, it was crazy. She used to do everything, but even when we was there, we had everything done for us. We didn't have no worries. We didn't have to worry about food on the table and things like that. We knew food. We had breakfast, dinner, lunch sorted.
You're saying we, so I take it you were in digs.
Yeah, we was in it was basically like a big B&B sort of house thing, and the first and second years were in that. The third years used to get given a flat. Okay. Between 2 of them.
So who were you digs in with? Any other London, or were you the only London boy?
First, I was the only London boy. It was mad. At first, I was on the on the ground floor on my own, because when you first come in, you go into a single room by yourself. Okay. And then I ended up going to the first floor with Dave McGoldrick.
Okay. Sheffield United. Yeah.
He was my first ever roomie.
Wow.
So hold on.
Wow.
So your
what's that? 8, 9
would be Leon Best.
Leon Best in that. Yeah.
Martin Crane.
Yeah, it was Dexter in that.
Dexter was a year above us.
He was a year up.
Yeah.
Nathan Dyer.
Yeah. Who else?
Gareth Bale.
Gareth was younger than us, and Theo.
Adam Lallana, was he there?
Adam Lallana was in there. But he never used to... he's from Bournemouth, so he used to sometimes just travel from home.
Okay.
And then certain times he would just come in and stay.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He had that option.
Yeah. Because you weren't too far.
No.
Because Martin Crane is at Luton now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Luton Town.
He's a bad boy as well.
Like a lot of those.
A lot of them are some pros now. Yeah.
No, like.
But no, Best is on the touch now.
He's. I think he had to retire.
Oh wow.
Because he had a operation on the hernia and it went sort of wrong and stuff like that.
And what about Dexter?
Dexter,
Dexter
is mad because him and one of my best friends, Bradley Johnson, they're in some sort of
lefty.
Yeah.
Derby.
I didn't want to say that. I just know he's a leg. Yeah. Black, but I was gonna say that. But I just said let me play it safe.
So like them two are in some sort of like medical business together, and you see like all the masks and stuff.
There's money in that.
They was delivering all the masks to all the hospices and different sort of places. So them two are doing well, especially for this country, like distributing the masters to people.
They're looking outside of football now.
Yeah.
Because what's his name's into the money? He's into some sort of medicine. Flamini, remember Matthew Flamini?
Yeah.
But he's a part of a billion.
I heard it's different. It's different over there. Like, but anyway,
his money's not football money.
Yeah. Put it that way. So you digs with a lot of those players there.
Yeah.
And what was that like?
It's funny. I can't even say too much on it, but it was.
We say
it was
incriminating. You know, it's incriminating.
It was incriminate over this.
It was. That's my best time in life, like in football. Yeah. I can't lie. Like even when I still speak to Nathan quite a lot and Dexter, to be fair. But like we all said that was the best time in football because we was all a tight knit, and we was like a family.
Yeah,
like we was like brothers that just enjoyed everything together. The only thing we couldn't enjoy as much as was Raven because we was too young.
Of course.
Yeah. But everyone was
you
lot of brothers.
Yeah. Like, we didn't have to be out there doing things and whatever. We could stay in the house and crack jokes and whatever, and get by the day, whatever.
Yeah.
Who in training, obviously you're going to training and doing your thing, but as a keeper you get to observe because I always thought keepers should be captains because they see everything. Maybe the centre backs, what they see literally, even as the next keeper, they come like more like 18 yards or 25. But I always see them as they're the captain. They can bark and stuff. They're like the second coach. So from you going training, playing practice games and all that, who kind of stood out?
Who's the two?
Who's the two there?
That you look at and say, you know what, I knew.
Yeah.
Oh, in my team?
Yeah, in your team. In your
team,
that are pros now. Who do you look at and say, I'm not
Obviously,
surprised?
there was the star boy from the coach's perspective.
Forget the coach, your perspective.
But I'm saying from you, because I always respect a player because my godson showed me about Callum Hudson-Odoi. Before I knew who he was. And then my godson at the time was he's 20 now. He was 14. And he goes to me, Unks, there's a kid called Callum, you know. And I go, oh, whatever, man. He goes, Unks, I'm telling you, this youth, rainbow flicks over youths and all them things. This youth takes So I've started to do my research. So when I've looked at him now, I've gone, bro, I'm never listening to a coach again. I'm always listening to the boy. That was my mindset.
In my team,
the 1-2.
But it's hard because my team was special.
No, it was.
The names we just rolled up.
They're all pros.
Yeah. Lallana definitely won. He was something.
People say he was good, but you saw it, so.
Yeah, like he was something else.
And it's both foot. It's not one.
I can't do two, you know.
Free. I'll give you next one.
Free.
I have to give you 5, you know.
Nathan.
5.
We're putting you under the bus here. Free.
Nathan.
You know what? I'm gonna give him 5. I'm gonna give him 5.
Wait.
He has to break down why in the 5, in the sense of why he gives these man what he gives them at that time.
I could do 3.
I'll
do 3.
3 and why?
Because I'm not gonna include Dexter, Leon.
Yeah.
Because they were already first team when I got there.
Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So 3 and break it down quick. Just a quick tick.
3. Alright.
So he said Adam
Lallana.
Why?
He plays very simple, but he's effective, and he always has a picture way before the ball comes to him.
You can see that as well.
You can see he knows what he's gonna do next.
Yeah.
Nathan Dyer, I was umming and ahhing about Nathan because he did, of his size, especially at that period of time. If it was now, I would have said, yeah, Nathan's gone. But especially that period of time where it was so hard for a small player
To come through,
100%.
to play, like to get through.
Yeah.
Nathan was unreal. He could beat anyone. Like with the ball, without the ball, whatever. He used to get by. There was another boy in our team called Tim Sparv. He's captain of Finland International.
Alright.
Centre midfielder, tall boy. He made the game so easy. He was elegant and very rarely lost the ball.
Like you could see it in him.
Yeah, you could see he's going to make it.
He had to.
Yeah.
It went in your eyes. It was, he was one of them. He's like, yeah, he's gone.
It's not even a
he's
debate.
gone.
Why
Like,
are you
even with us?
Why are you in the youth team?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're my three.
You're free. Yeah.
They're my three. I'm not even including Martin Crane either because he was near borderline first team anyway.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But Martin was such a leader. He kept, when we was going through tough times in games, he used to drag people through. He was like a proper captain. He was actually our captain, I think he was at the time as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and then you had
Adam,
the young Spartans.
That's what I'm saying. You had the young
And then you had
boys
the
who,
young Spartans
of
coming
course,
up.
they're gonna be integrated. The Walcotts and the Gareths.
but the thing is, Gareth was, people don't even know, Gareth used to play centre back for us sometimes and left back. So the whole winger thing
This speed
was
thing.
Tottenham, but he was quick. But like he was quick because I remember before we left for the end of the season, him, Nathan, and Theo had a race, and all three of them was so close you couldn't even break it down.
Really?
Yeah, them three had a race.
Thought Walcott would have blown out at the park.
No,
Dyer, bruv.
That is nippy. That is nippy.
Dyer was
nippy.
quick.
Nathan
But
was
Gareth
rapid.
looks like he gathers as he gets along. Like he's got.
Yeah,
a
he's
no,
one of
but
them man
he
that-
gallops.
But he's sharp, like
Yeah.
from here to there, he was quick as well.
But I heard he wasn't even all that when he was like. I heard it was even close to.
Yeah,
What,
That's-
Southampton?
Yeah, I heard there was time. I heard one article that. Not that he was looking to get released, but
he was on the cast.
I heard he was on a cast that he wasn't. Yeah, I heard.
But
That.
I remember.
But I don't know what age that would have been.
No,
if you
I
were
think
there.
it was when it come to scholarship age. But I remember him doing 1-to-1s with Steve Wigley, who was
Fulham, 80s.
Fulham, England,
Yeah.
and he done 1-to-1s. After he finished off 1-to-1s with Wigley, he looked like a new man.
What? Just one session?
No, it weren't one. He done like a few, but he looked like a new man.
Now Steve don't play games.
No,
No,
he was. But the thing
Steve's
is,
militant.
he was Steve Wigley.
Man
No
said
word of a lie.
Yeah.
No word of a lie. One of the best coaches I had. Our actual manager for the youth team was French.
Okay.
I forgot his name.
Now Steve is proper.
But-
Steve's proper, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Steve's
he
proper.
became
Man.
first team manager down at Southampton. as
Yeah,
well.
and then kind of knew himself and just thought, let me just
Nah,
go
he
back
was
to what I
unreal.
know. Go back to what I know. Yeah. But I know he's a proper coach.
He was a proper coach because he used to speak to everyone how they had like differently. If he needed to speak to me, he'll be like rough or whatever, or tell me
so he had
straight.
basically like a manager. Basically, he knew
Yeah.
how to.
But he was a
man
manager.
Man manager.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man manager.
knew
Was
how
good.
to speak to individuals, whereas some might just speak to everyone all the same.
Some are repetitive.
Whereas, yeah, and
where it can't work.
It can't work.
So
you
I
might
don't-
have to put your arm around one.
Yeah.
You might have to bollock one. You
Yeah.
might have to do a one-on-one. It's all different.
But you have to know the personalities, and I always
Yeah.
say that within clubs.
Yeah, 100%.
That's for me. That's major
Yeah.
because the football, you can get away with talent. I can find you and you've got talent, and you can come into the club. But then, how do I nurture that? How do I get the best out of you? How do I tap into your mental?
They say that was what's it called? His best traits. Harry Redknapp.
100%.
Harry Redknapp was one of the players talk about it all the time. Like one of the best.
He's a
man
dead
managers.
coach, bruv.
One of the best.
No,
man
no
managers,
disrespect,
bro.
but he's a dead coach, and he always had a coach, two
he
coaches.
was actually the manager when I was there.
At Southampton,
Yeah.
the first team manager.
Yeah.
See, and he's had
Yeah.
coaches. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But he knows how to manage players.
Yeah, yeah.
It's old school though. He's coming from an old school mentality.
Him
You get me?
and Martin. I mean, Neil Warnock is the same as well. Warnock, because he can.
Yeah, he's old school
He
again.
gets you to step up.
Yeah,
You feel like you can play for him.
he's old school as well.
I could play for it.
No, it's
No,
like you want to play for him.
I was when I was training down at Palace, he was there.
No, but I'm saying he's got the mentality that will want you to
Yeah,
want to train for him.
100%.
Yeah, he's got that. He
100%.
gets it out of you.
Yeah.
100%.
So you were part of I just named the names that you just had. You know, you were part of like a what do you call it? A successful run in the FA Youth Cup, the 2005 FA Youth Cup.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Because the reason why I asked you that specifically is because a lot of boys today, that's like their World Cup.
Yeah.
The FA Youth Cup 18s,
listen.
that's like the World Cup. It's
My
like,
son was dying to
FA
play
Youth
last
Cup.
week.
And you know what?
My son was dying to
You know
play
how mad it
last
is
week.
because even when I went to started watching it about 8-10 years ago, I was thinking, wow, can I just go back a few years and just to experience this? Like, you know, like the Chelsea run, and
Yeah.
you're just looking at it thinking like, it's like
remember.
serious.
It was it. That there, it sets you up for being a pro. Because you get treated, that on that day, you're a pro.
Yeah.
Like, you get the coach, like the first team, you get the first team bus, whatever they get,
You get treated like,
you get everything that's on the coach. You're going to the main ground. It's not like you're going to the training ground like we normally do on the minibus.
You're
like,
going to the main stadium.
Going to the main stadiums and stuff like
Clutch
that.
bag and all sorts.
Yeah,
Headphones.
What? And the thing is,
I'm feeling big.
you see
Clutch bag.
you see like when I was
You know,
there,
the cameras come like...
I was used to carrying my big old bag over my shoulder, blah blah blah. They're telling me dash my boots in the container thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I threw my boots in. You just got to bring your wash bag. I was like, what? What about my big bag? Nah, don't worry about that. I'll carry my wash bag. I felt like something, innit? But yeah, man, it was such a good experience, man. It was
Because you lot got all the way to the final, right?
all the way to the final, and the worst part of it, we played Ipswich the week before in the youth team game. I started in that one. We beat them, slapped them up. And it was actually near enough the same team that played in the Youth Cup.
And it was a different game.
And it was just...
So you weren't in the...
I didn't start. No.
So who started instead of you?
Andy McNeil. And the thing is, I can't have much complaint. He's been there from, like, for about 2... He done his whole scholarship there. Scottish boy. International. And then he played well the week before. He played well in the game before. Like, didn't put a foot wrong. So you see, like, I'm the type. I'm fair. Like, if man's doing well and he's in the position, I ain't got much to say.
Fair enough.
But I just remember, I'll never forget when they scored the winner. The place erupted.
Yeah.
Ipswich away. The second leg.
What, did you lot win the first leg?
No, I think we drew.
Okay.
And we was battering them. We should have won.
The first leg.
Yeah, we should have won both.
Okay.
Because we had chances in the second leg.
Were you strong for both?
Yeah, the only thing was, I think we was missing Adam.
What's that for? Second
For
leg?
the second leg.
What's that injury?
I think so.
First leg, it says, was a 1-0.
To who?
Ipswich.
To Ipswich.
Yeah, and the
I
second
didn't remember.
was a 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
But it went to extra time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
Because remember, obviously, 1-0, and you lot must have been 2-1 up.
2-1 up.
In the second leg.
And then we hit, I remember we hit the crossbar in the second half. Near the end of the second half, hit the crossbar. And then the boy who scored was he was one of the schoolboys. He was under 15, under 16.
He scored for you lot?
He scored for Ipswich, winner.
Yeah. Because that Ipswich team here had, is it? Liam Trott.
Liam Trott, he's good though.
Yeah.
He was good.
Was a decent.
He made first team.
Really good.
Danny Haynes.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
Ed Upson. Charlie Shea.
Ed Upson's the one that scored the winner.
He scored the winner.
Yeah, he was under 16.
Yeah, all right, cool. Because he's got a career.
Yeah.
He's
That
had
helped.
What was the Southampton team at the time?
Southampton team.
Yeah.
So we've got Andrew McNeil in goal.
Yeah.
Critchell. 2 was Craig Richards. And then number 3, they said Sebastian Wallace Taylor.
Yeah.
David McGoldrick. Sean Rudd.
Yeah. Martin
Crane. Tim, what's his name?
Tim Sparv.
Lloyd James.
Yeah, he's another one. I forgot about Lloyd.
And then the bench was Bell, Lallana, Carl Critchley,
What was that, the first leg?
second.
No, it couldn't have been because Adam didn't play second leg.
Did he?
Did Adam? No, I'm not too sure. One of them legs he didn't play.
I heard
Was he sub on this one?
I heard something about
Yeah.
health, something to do with his health or something.
He was
It's
sub.
hot.
He was sub here.
He's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had something wrong with his heart.
Hot.
Seriously?
Yeah. Didn't you know
So
that?
he
G?
had the operation. I think he was born with a hole in his heart or something.
Yeah, and he had an operation about what 11s, 12s or something.
Oh, like that? I didn't even know that, you know.
So that's why he went in the
Did that affect him during his academy football though?
no.
Or did they try to guide
They
him?
I think they tried to nurture him a bit more.
Okay, let's see. Not many people get that love.
What's that? With the heart?
No, he was special though, man. Like, and the thing is, he was so special. He had to. Like, if he needed special treatment, if he had to, me as a manager, if I had an Adam in my team,
Yeah.
I'm looking
I'll
out
be
for
like, boy, if you don't need to train every day, don't train every day. Sort of
course.
thing. You got to look after certain
Yeah, they
people.
are
Like,
played- yeah.
like Ledley King, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Ledley King.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
one of the best Premiership centre backs.
In history of
In this
Premiership.
year, but we didn't get to see that because of
His
the cartilages
yeah.
and.
And imagine if the cartilage was there and what he might have been able to give. So, yeah,
you're on the catch.
there's certain players that you need to work on that. Yeah, I'll get
So
that.
through that FA Youth Cup, obviously that's towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
As you said, you only got a year. So how did that all pan out? How did it all end there? What was the conversation?
The second to last training session I had there, had a conversation with the goalkeeper coach after, and this is probably when it comes to biggest regrets, this was probably it. So he sat me down in the dugout, and I remember him saying to him, like, they want you to stay. If you want to stay, you can stay for another year, or he said you can stay, but you're gonna have a number of keepers in front of me. So there was like Anthony Amy, Paul Smith. Oh, I forgot the Irish guy's name, Alan something. And Michael Polk, who was at Torquay, and then Andy McNeil. I would have been sixth in line.
Yeah.
But if I had the head that I have now, I would have stayed and gone on loan.
Of course.
But I said, because I had Rushton and Lermers ringing down my phone anyway, I was sort of like set. So I said to them, I'll speak to Rushton and Diamonds and then probably go there. And they was like, all right, cool. Whatever you want to do is not a problem, but you can stay here if you want to stay here.
Yeah.
So they continue to give you the option as well?
Yeah.
All right.
And you didn't have no representatives at the time, or just you and your
it's
uncle?
Just me, my uncle. I spoke to my uncle. My uncle was just like, whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to do, you can do. But, yeah, because we didn't have too much knowledge on what to do next, it was a bit difficult.
Okay.
Even though, like, my uncle guided my cousin, like, to where he is, and he's probably had the best footballing career that I've known out of anyone. And, but yeah, we didn't know which way to go, but yeah.
So you ended up going to
Rushden and Diamonds.
Rushden and Diamonds. You ended up signing there. How long? What did you sign there?
Signed 2 year, 1 year, 1 year option.
So now you're playing men's football now.
Yeah, I was still. They started me off playing with the youth team and reserve games, but the youth team games were too easy.
Really?
Like, when I say it was too easy, I think I had something like 14 assists and things like that.
14 assists.
Yeah.
From goal.
From the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
14 assists. You must have been picking, man, out.
Moving
Yeah.
like Neuer.
I know
Like,
what I mean.
I was playing like, it was Simeon Jackson out front.
Oh, yeah.
So he had Simeon Jackson out front with Lee Tomlin.
Okay, little.
What, Swansea
I'm about to say
Lee
fatty, but yeah.
I don't even know where he is now.
Is that Bristol?
No, he's at Cardiff, isn't he?
He was at Cardiff.
Yeah.
He was at Cardiff,
Yeah.
innit?
Fatty.
Bruv,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is
No,
a
but
bad
bruv,
boy. He's underrated.
bruv.
Yeah, techie, but he
No,
just can't
bruv,
move.
I'm not having it. He's
No.
Yeah.
techie.
Yeah.
I'm not having that.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a
he
bad
can't
boy.
move, but his touch will make you move 5 yards, yeah?
Yeah, he's
And
proper
his body feints and all that.
Yeah.
Listen, I've watched you know when you watch a guy and you think,
Yeah. Well, wait, I remember him in Bristol.
He's
He's
alright.
at Peterborough now.
see,
He's
like,
gone back to Peterborough.
He's at Peterborough on loan
On
from
loan.
Cardiff.
Like,
He's
But I remember his Bristol days.
bro,
Yeah.
nah, his drop of the shoulder and his touch. I see him bring it down, like, bam, keeper's kicked it.
Yeah, that
And
was
he
it.
has, like, imagine it's a box. You know the type box that you'll put yourself
Yeah.
in? And he's just dragged it down.
Because
and
He's a year below me as well.
he was Rushton's youngest ever player, right? To come on, as a substitute,
Who, Tomlin?
Yeah, in 05 or something.
Because he got.
I mean, you went there 05 then.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
he got released from. Where was it? You got Leicester.
Oh, that was where he started.
Okay, he's up.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he come. But yeah, it was just too. I was just setting up everything, and then it got to a point where I was practicing. I used to side volley on my left foot as well as my right. Like it was just.
It's just that
like
easy.
That. Yeah. The only tough game was in the youth team was against Brighton.
Okay.
They were good.
Okay.
But apart from that,
So when did the
QPR.
integration with the first team come?
early, like I was in and around the first team early.
Yeah.
But, because like you lot said about the whole, I don't like to say this is why I didn't get my chance. But even though we was in a sort of relegation battle, they didn't trust me to play, even though they used to see every week what I was doing.
Was that because they didn't trust you because you were young?
The black keeper.
They didn't trust you because you were black?
The
They
black
didn't trust you
keeper.
because you were black and young?
It's a combination. It could
It could be a combination of a load of things.
Yeah.
Loads of things, but it was just like, even in training, I used to, like, because Jamie Young was playing, there was a period, I think he got injured, like a long-term injury. And I'm there thinking,
This
boy,
is me.
I should be starting. I was
ready.
on the bench and everything,
This
all
is
these
me.
things. I'm like, yeah, it's me, it's cool. And I think the game was against Peterborough. Yes, it was against Peterborough. And I was like, cool. Get my first team game, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's saying to me, yeah, Ash, you're going to start, blah, blah. Get to the game, the day of the game, travelling. I've travelled. I was the only keeper on the
bus.
on the bus. I was thinking, right, this is a bit strange, but yeah, cool.
It is what it is.
And then all of a sudden, some next Don turns up. I'm thinking to myself, cool, he's probably on the bench. Yeah. I'm thinking, I ain't seen you training.
Yeah.
He's probably on the bench. These times, he's calling out the team and my name ain't first. I was like, what? And then I was like, cool. I don't know where he's come from. Maybe he's come and learned from somewhere. I'm sitting there watching the game. And I'm watching him. He done his first goal kick. He didn't reach the halfway line. I said to myself, you lot didn't play me for this. And then he had a howler. Like,
Man was livid.
I was fuming. And then even the first team players were like, no, you should have been playing, and things like that. Like,
And that would have wound me up as
yeah,
well.
I was rattled. Like, next training session, I was going through everything. Like, normally in training, I don't tackle. Like, if there's a 50-50 ball, I wouldn't
lean out.
go out for
Yeah.
it. See, next session, I was going through everything. I wasn't playing no game. I was so angry. Because I'm thinking to myself, this is my chance that I can make my name for myself from now. Like,
Of course.
do you know what I'm saying? But,
And how old was you now? Like 18?
I was 18. 17, 18.
Yeah.
And then I think that and the combination of the team getting relegated, everyone getting, like, all the staff getting sacked. So, like, especially for us, like, us third years at the time we would have been.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know if we was going back or not going back. Like, you're phoning one person, they can't give you a shit
Because
answer.
he's been sacked.
I ended up staying in my house. I stayed at home.
You see, went back to London.
Come back to London, and then I was just like twiddling my thumbs for time. Didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I was just like to myself,
But they had that option on you, innit?
it was theirs.
And you, so they opted out.
But they didn't even.
Opt in or opt out.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
say
they
nothing.
said they they're not gonna.
They didn't say
they're not
nothing,
gonna-
though.
They're not gonna
just
trigger
left,
it.
man,
Yeah.
50-50,
Yeah,
like, not
so it was
knowing
just
which
like,
way.
I was just ended up chilling at home. Started going. I went to work with my uncle.
Yeah.
Like mentoring in schools and stuff. Done that for a bit. Ended up training. I got a little. Danny Bailey helped me go Crystal Palace to train.
Okay. At 19 now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was trained. It might have been when I was 20.
Okay.
I must have been training. Then I stopped doing it with my uncle. I was training every day.
Yeah.
In and around, back in and around it. I was thinking, cool, let me do this. Weren't at no non-league club, nothing. Training there for about 2 years.
At Palace.
Yeah.
Just training.
Straight, yeah, just training. And then they threw me in some like reserve games and things like that.
Yeah.
Was doing well. And I think Dougie Freeman was the manager. And then he come up to me, he's like, I want to sign you, but I have not seen you play like properly. Like, I've never seen you play a competitive game. And I was like, cool, fair enough. Then they made me go to Canvey Island just to play games. So I was training and then going Canvey in the evening with Steve Tilson.
Okay.
And then doing really well.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking, boom, yeah, I might be getting into Palace. Blah, blah, blah.
Outbreak.
He got sacked.
Freeman.
Freeman got sacked. But I was still there training because of the goalkeeper coach really liked me and everything. So I stayed there. Then someone high up in Palace, his brother-in-law's with Peter Taylor.
Okay.
21.
Old school.
Yeah, he was at Wickham.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then they needed a keeper. He's like, yeah, take Ashlee. So I signed at Wickham.
How long did you get there?
I got another year there.
So they set you up with
So
a
they
year.
set you up with a year at Wickham. Because you've gone through quite a few clubs since then,
Yeah.
you know. But then you eventually made your first team debut,
Let's
finally.
not talk about that one.
At what age, I don't know.
24,
For Darlington, right?
Darlington.
Wait though. So all that time
Yeah.
from being at Southampton QPR 16, Southampton 16, 17 being at QPR, 17, 18 being at Southampton.
Yeah.
Then going to Rushden.
Didn't get a break.
Then coming out of football. Then training at Palace for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just,
Yeah.
pinpointing down, like, so people can actually
It's
hear
kind
it.
of
Like,
it's here, they're going down, then shooting up a bit, then
Yeah.
it's like,
That's
it's stalemate,
yeah.
then it's like,
yeah,
okay.
it's a lot.
You know, the little, them, what you call it when you're in a hospital, that
The charts,
the
yeah,
charts, it's
the
kind of,
charts.
it's like, and it goes,
No,
you know what?
it's true.
But
It's
do you
mad.
know what? If it weren't, I can't lie, if it weren't for my uncle, God knows where I'd be.
Yeah.
That is the honest truth. Because even like the times where I was getting frustrated or I didn't have nowhere to go to play or nothing, he just kept me having a positive mind frame. And even like he used to have conversations with me. He said, don't worry about it. Your time's gonna come. Just always be ready and stuff like that. But even that Darlington, that place there was mad. Like
That's up that guy towards Scotland, isn't it?
that's Newcastle.
Newcastle's like,
Newcastle. But it's
yeah.
like even when I went there the first day, I was just like, nah, this ain't. It weren't. I knew from early it weren't.
Was that the play? Was that during the time where they were going through the bankruptcy? And
Yeah, like that was just before.
Oh,
So when they got relegated, that's the
is that-
bankers.
That's the first club. Is it the first? One of the first clubs.
that wasn't when was thingy there. So Campbell then. That's
No,
not.
he
that's
was at
Walcott.
Macclesfield.
Macclesfield. Yeah, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
saying.
I'm thinking of.
See, people, I don't know. What
No.
going on.
I'm trying to because they all both wear black and white in it. So I'm just trying to.
No, but I'm saying
but
Darlington
anyway,
was the first one that went
bankrupt.
Done.
Tits
Okay.
up.
Okay, cool.
Like out of like the berries.
Yeah,
and all that,
yeah,
like Darlington was like
yeah.
the first where
That was the
clubs came back and built it back up and all of that. They haven't even got a ground. The ground's gone.
The ground was
alright,
unreal.
you know?
The ground.
Yeah, the ground was alright.
If you when you see the ground was proper, but then you saw where we was training, I was like, no.
Like a park.
It was like a park for real. It was mad, but it's just. I was just like, boy, it is what it is, isn't it? You just got to try and get by, but.
And how did you get the Darlington bus though? How did you get up to Darlington?
One of the boys that was at Palace, he went there on loan.
Okay.
And he was like, Ash, you're betting this keeper, you're betting this keeper, betting this keeper. And then he was like, I want to ask them to bring you up. So I went up there for a week, done well, gave me a year deal. And then eventually, I remember, because my mum's anniversary, the week before against Bradford, I think it was, I was meant to. He was saying to me, I might start you this game. Then he didn't. I was like, what is going on? Is this again so I'm getting it pulled again? And then my debut was on my mum's anniversary, and then I told my uncle that I'm starting against Notts County. These times Notts County had all the P's. They had Akinfenwa up front.
What year was this?
I can't remember what year, but they had Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Their team was fake.
When you look back now,
it wasn't a League 2 team.
Yeah.
They just bought bare players, and boy, that was a thumping. That was. I felt like, but after that game, I just felt like I was set up sometimes. They knew we was gonna lose, but play me in it. That's how I felt after. But because my uncle was like, you played well. You made a mistake for one of the goals. You played.
What was it? 4-0.
4-0. He said you played it all right. My uncle tells me straight. You played all right. You could have done better on this goal, that goal. But maybe it's down to nerves or whatever. And then I was just like, I was vexed for that whole week. I was just angry with myself because I felt like my chance was gone.
Of course.
But you live and you learn, innit?
So how many? Go on.
So what? No more games for Michael.
No.
Darlington after that. Then.
No. The manager got sacked a couple of weeks later.
Literally.
I think so, yeah. And then the person that come in, I think brought in loads of his own players as well.
As per usual.
Yeah, so just to try and keep them up.
Yeah.
So we saw so many new faces within such a short space of time.
Yeah. It wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, I didn't do well enough to stay in this game. Yeah. In my eyes, anyway.
So what was the?
But you seem like you're your hardest critic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone says that
I don't care if I played bad.
No,
I'm telling you straight. But I don't care if I played bad today, because next week I could have a worldie. But man like you,
but
you're gonna say,
nah,
man had a 4. I don't even deserve. Put my man in for this week.
But it's not like that. But it's like, you see, when people make their decisions, especially managers and stuff like that, you gotta be realistic. You gotta understand from their point of view why they're doing whatever they're doing, and that 100%. Helps you stay sane, innit?
100%.
And stay focused. Because if you don't play well, especially if you're in a League 1 Championship team, if you don't play well, there's always someone there waiting to jump in. So if you don't play well and then you get dropped, you gotta understand you didn't play well enough
to be able to sustain your place.
In there again.
Yeah.
So it's just...
It's simple.
It's simple.
They're fighting for relegation. They're playing for points.
Yeah.
Promotion. So you got
bonuses.
You got to play your part.
Yeah.
There's no passengers here. Well, there is to an extent, but that's political anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Trust me, it's just like... But
it gets...
A lot of people would say that I don't... Not even... I don't give myself enough credit for
what you've done.
Even if someone says to me, you're sick and go blah 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 blah, I'll be like, nah, man, I just do
my thing.
Do what I've got to do in it.
Do my thing.
Keep it humble.
Keep it easy.
Because I don't like the thing. I don't like to say, I'm sick, bro. I'm sick, blah blah blah.
But
you play and then you're.
There's a bit of arrogance you can have.
You know what?
So you wouldn't say, my man, he ain't better than me.
No, but I know that I won't say that openly.
But you know to yourself.
If someone tried to compare me with someone else, there's only 1 or 2 people I would say it to. But as an open whole,
you wouldn't have a Danny Rose moment.
No.
So you're telling
me
you're trying to tell me you've gone into the first team. You've gone into the meeting with the first team gaffer.
Yeah.
Gaffer's right there, and then he's not playing you, and you should be playing. And then you're saying, but hold on a second.
And at that moment when you're thinking, hold on
a second. My man ain't levels with me, but you're playing. What's going on?
Yeah, I will have that conversation. But I mean, as a if we're here now,
just talking in general.
And someone comes in and I wouldn't be.
So you're mindful of who you're around, basically.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I get it.
Because now
that's understandable.
Because now, especially between when I was 17 to 24. I couldn't tell you someone that was better than me in my age group, especially in my ages. and the thing is, a lot of people, even people that I've played with, were like, nah, you should have been playing higher. The amount of times I see, like, for example, now, Ranger, the amount of times we speak, and he'll be like, how are you not at a pro club? He said it to me at times, but it's like, boy, if your face don't fit, innit?
Yeah, trust me.
I heard that. I respect that.
And that's what I said from earlier in the conversation, in the sense of black keepers are in now.
And that's the question we're coming to next one. Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that.
That's why, you see that whole cliche of black keepers, blah, blah, blah. When people say it to me, I start laughing. Because I was like, that actually drove me on, like, to not be the typical black keeper. Yeah. You ask anyone that knows me or has seen me play, and they'll say to you, Ash, see when he does a side volley, it's mad. That's what everyone will tell you. And the thing is, people do it now and they're like, yeah, I could do a side volley. I tell everyone straight, you can't kick a ball better than me.
Straight.
No, I can believe that.
Straight.
Because I was having the same argument with two of my sons yesterday. And the 15-year-old was saying to the 18-year-old, nah, I can strike a ball better than you. And the 18-year-old goes, what? Because the 18-year-old's a keeper. The 18-year-old saying, what? Listen, I've got the purest hit out of any of us, including the big brother. Yeah, I've got the purest hit. Yeah. She said, Dad, what do you reckon? So I'm like, oh God, the man's trying to put me in it. They always trying to put me in it. And I'm just not a politician, innit? So I'm not, oh yes, and you're all good. And I'm just not that guy. So I said, nah, it is. It's the 18-year-old. 15-year-old's vexed. Nah, watch when I go to the ring now. Watch when we go goals now. I'll show you. When he's banging and my son Kahari's hitting, bang, bang, and he's levering it and his technique is different, yeah? And I go, you don't hit the ball like him. He said, all right, fair enough. I don't hit it like him, but I've got techers though. Yeah. But that's why I said I can't argue when the keeper says that to me, because technically you lot are different gravy when it comes to the ball at your feet. 100%. Now, especially now that I'm watching and the growth. Yeah. You lot technically with the ball at your feet are mad. Yeah. Because you lot pick out, like,
have to.
I look at Allison, I look at Edison, I look at all of those, man, and I say, bro, that man could be sweeper in a team. Sweeper. And clean up and boom, boom, boom. Because their passing range
is different,
different gravy.
Probably say out of them top team, out of the traditional top six, you probably say the worst one at his feet is probably De Gea. Because he's not really great with his feet.
I'm not really a
feet man.
I'm not really his biggest fan anyway.
He's alright. But I'm saying, what, do you see Leno's good with his feet?
He's better than...
That's the words from a goalkeeper.
That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm saying the hair is not good either. But I'm saying Leno...
I think Arsenal's biggest regret was to let go of Martinez.
Pardon?
Arsenal.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Excuse me? I'm not trying to rub salt into anybody's wounds, people, but did you watch him the other day? Martinez. The saves that he was pulling out. But, you know, Spanish with Spanish, they don't really agree. Arteta, Martinez, you know. So he had to bring in the German.
The German was already there before.
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Pause.
German was already there.
I'm sorry, people. You know this has been happening recently, that we've been cutting into this, but wasn't Martinez a 10-year product or a 10-year project of Arsenal?
No, it wasn't a 10-year project.
Oh my... People.
Wasn't a 10-year project.
When you go onto Google, have a little search of his Arsenal career.
He was not a 10-year project. He was there for 10 years, but he wasn't a 10-year project. I just wanted to talk about who has the best feet in the Prem. You wanted to back your keeper. But anyway, we'll come back to what we're here for.
I don't want to talk about Arsenal again, people. You see how emotional we get.
But anyway, obviously keepers have longevity. They can 100%. Go on to like all 40 odd. So you're still in it, still, you know, still doing your thing up until recent, where, you know,
What you saying?
Huh?
What you saying? Man was on the BBC.
We say, we always say, hashtag COF, yeah, but you know,
We can't even hashtag
can't
COF.
hashtag COF right now because we're hashtagging.
We're hashtagging United.
We're hashtagging hashtag.
Yo.
But yeah, you played for HashtagFC in the small run in the recent FA Cup. What was that experience like?
And how did that come about?
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I mean? Because obviously I know from the Darlington, I know you've been at Romford, you've been at a few other clubs, but for them to signal the talents of Mr. Jones, how did that come about?
yeah, how did that kick in?
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I see my homie on the TV screen. I was like, yo,
I was quite surprised myself. Like, I was like,
I know, my man.
No, they had their keepers. Every keeper that was going there was getting injured. So they had their two main keepers injured. Then they got someone else in. He got injured.
Oh wow!
And then
Did you know all of this before you went there?
Yeah, I knew this.
Okay.
But I know a lot of them anyway.
Oh right.
all right.
So a few of them are my friends anyway. So like, one of them messaged me and was like, Ash, we need a keeper. Can you play?
Oh, a hashtag you mean? Or the keepers?
Yeah. Hashtag.
Oh right. I thought you meant the keepers.
So like, I was like, oh, don't know, man. I don't like the whole hype. I don't like the whole.
Because they're not a YouTube, but they've got a big YouTube presence.
They've got a big fan base.
Yeah.
And it was like, please,
or social media presence.
Like, my manager's asking, would you do it? And I was like, oh. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I haven't played for a little while. Let me just play and just try and enjoy football again.
Cobwebs and that.
So I said, yeah. They was like, yes, thank you, blah, blah, yes, come this time, blah, blah.
That's emotional with it.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I went there, and there's only like a small team anyway. It was like Soham, I think, then like Ram and North or something like that. But it was like, I turn up there. No, when we come out for the kickoff, I'm expecting to see only for like 50 people, innit? I was thinking, it's only a small little game. I'm seeing bare people. I was like, raw. Why are there so many people here? And that's when I realised how big their actual
The hashtag
fan base
was,
is.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then obviously played, done all right. And then he gets the penalties. But when we scored the equaliser, what's his name? Lasson, one of the boys there, he's actually, he could play higher. Like, he's good. He scored the equaliser. As soon as I knew he was going to penalties, I knew he won.
Really?
I swear down. I promise you. Because I knew I was going to save one or two.
The confidence was that high.
No, I had a funny feeling though.
Yeah.
I knew
Not even being funny. When I
knew.
saw my man on the TV and I see it go into thing and I'm like, I phoned you straight away. And I go, bro, like, Ashlee's on TV, you know. Like, he's like, what? I goes, he's on the BBC thing. And he's like, and it's gone through to penalties. And I goes, to be fair, you know, bro, I think he's got a chance. Like, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just your mannerisms.
It's and the thing is, I just know, especially when it comes to penalties, I know I could save one or two.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole game, I played all right. I kept them in the game a few times. And then it just felt like the momentum was with me, like, and us up, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, like, I was just like, cool, I was like, please, let me just get these up through to the next round. So because they're actually, as people, they're a nice bunch of people.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, the people running it, Spence.
Where they're based?
The home ground's actually at Bowers and Tiptree.
Okay.
So, like, Bowers and Tiptree? Is it? Bowers and Pitsy, not Tiptree. Pitsy.
Pitsy,
Yeah. So, like, their ground's there, but they deserve everything. They work so hard around the clock, on and off camera.
Okay.
Like, they put so much work into it, and it is a good thing to see, especially, like, they haven't come from anything. Like, it's just them.
They started from ground zero,
Yeah.
literally.
So I was just like, even if we just get through to the next round, get them some money so they can help carry it on, so to speak. That's what I wanted to do. And then, luckily, saved the penalty, and then we're through. Went home, slept, work in the morning, innit? My phone was going off.
I can imagine. Because I called you that night as well.
Listen, my phone, I must have got back in the change room, looked at my phone. I've never seen this amount of figures on my phone ever in my life. I couldn't believe it. And then they started trying to follow me. I was like, raw, There was
like
bet.
Oh, you just get followers and everything.
Because they put everything on it. They put your socials on there, and then it just goes mad. But it is a nice feeling, and it was good. For me. It made me feel good that I can do something to help someone else,
Of course.
and help other people. Because especially at the end of the day, a lot of them are my friends, and that's what we're there for, is to help each other and get by certain things, especially with this crap time it is now anyway. So it was good. And I enjoyed playing with them as well. They're actually a good footballing team. The league that they're in, they should easily, player for player,
They've got a good little squad for
they've got a good team. Yeah, they've got a good. They could play in the league above.
All right.
So you're through to the next round now, but what happened to you, mate? You're not actually fully signed. So
what happened to you, mate?
What happened to you, sir?
Yeah.
So, because I was at Romford at the same time, and their game was on a Saturday, they rang me and asked me if I could play in the next one. I said, I'm gonna have to ask again. They asked. No, I said to them, ask. I don't mind playing again. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Get minutes, whatever. And it was against my old team as well, Braintree. And then they asked, they said yes. Then someone pulls me aside at training at Romford and says, you can't play on Saturday. I was like, what? I've been told this already. And I was like, no, you can't play. I was like, all right, cool, fair enough, whatever. So I told them as soon as possible so they can
Find
something
someone,
out. Yeah, and then they lost. I don't know if they lost on penalties at that time. But yeah, they was unlucky with that one. But I felt like if I played, we would have won.
What was the reason for you not wanting to play? Or for them not wanting you to play?
Because we had a game on Saturday.
Oh, right,
so, yeah.
Oh, like that.
So it was just a bit of a mad one. I wouldn't mind playing, getting minutes and stuff.
You see when you get... So you're going to say that?
No.
You see when you get like for me, certain players you would look at, I don't know, you say who's hot at the moment. So you say someone like Tony Cruz, his main features, he's passing. Or you could say Harry Kane, he's got a number, he's a good finisher, or someone like I don't even look at what's his name? What's the Villa striker?
Watkins.
Watkins, he holds up the ball, probably one of the best in the Premier that holds up the ball well. As a keeper, when you look at your CV or you're selling yourself, I want to sign you as my number one keeper. What's your main attribute? What's that number one attribute?
Distribution.
I thought you'd say that.
For when I said side foot and all them things.
Yeah, when we talk about side volleys, left and right and all them things.
Side volleys and assists.
It has to be at 14 assists. Hey, listen.
Distribution.
Easily. What would you say is the part of the game that you hate as a keeper?
That I hate?
Yeah. You know, like some outfield players.
You're less comfortable.
Yeah, they hate running. They hate
less comfortable.
Recovery runs and what you less.
No, but that's training. But I'm saying it's part of being a keeper.
No, but you know there's certain players who don't want to run in the game.
Yeah, true.
They literally don't want to run.
True.
So they
don't even come out the 8-yard box.
They ain't trying to run.
I don't know. I actually don't know, you know.
Okay.
What would you say you're more of, a shot stopper or a... What would I say? They say it as shot stopper or a... More like a sweeper keeper kind of.
Yeah.
I'm more of a shot stopper.
All right.
More of a shot stopper.
All right.
Easily, yeah.
You get me? Because you know they have...
Of course, they have different ones. Yeah, they have different ones.
Yeah, I'm more... I back myself.
You're all action, bro.
Yeah, I'll back myself.
You're all action. That's who you're all action.
Coming in as a 14, 15-year-old, who was your go-to guy? Someone that you looked up to and said, yeah, I'm going to try and mould myself around him.
As a keeper, yeah. That's a good question,
Hislop. Shaka.
Hislop, because he was black.
Yeah.
I'll be real.
I need to get onto something like that. But
that was him. Peter Schmeichel.
Of course.
Peter Schmeichel.
No, don't say course, but yeah, go on.
Because he was really aggressive.
You can easily say Seaman.
And it was Seaman.
Oh, right.
And Seaman, because Seaman...
Let him finish. He's speaking.
Seaman used to make saves he made look easy.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
No, that's a guy who there's no disrespect here for David.
I'm not disrespecting.
For David.
I'm not disrespecting.
Sir David's all right.
Yeah.
He was a true with that back five they had. Yeah. But when we go after that... Pardon?
It's a back four.
Pardon?
It's actually a back
what?
Four.
Pardon? Say it again. Say it one more time, you Arsenal
It
supporter.
was a back four. We just
With
had
Keown.
We had three
So
good,
I'm saying you had 3 good centre backs.
yeah, but they didn't always play all the
it
time.
was the 5.
What
yeah?
are you
They played
talking
4
about?
at the
They played
back.
4. It was
So
Winterburn.
when Keown played,
It was Winterburn,
you go on.
Bold,
Yeah.
Adams, and Dixon.
Hold on.
And then Keown was the third centre back on the bench.
So
What are you
it was
talking
the
about?
5.
Not
as
I know what
what-
he's trying to do. He's trying to
Oh,
silence. He's
he's
trying to
trying-
silence. I know
yeah,
he
But
did.
it was the
He
5.
knows I've caught him, but he's spinning.
No,
There's a
but I'm
spirit.
saying it was the 5.
Fine, it's a 5. It's a 5.
All right.
It's a
All right,
5
pause.
players, but not
All right,
5
all right,
players.
break it down. All right, let's
It's
break
5
it
players,
down.
but not 5
Let's break-
players.
Furthermore, 6, yeah.
Yeah, let's break it down then. When he went in a man marker, Bold weren't playing.
Okay.
That's how we run.
But-
when he wanted to play,
Okay.
Bo came in.
Okay, that's fine.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay,
this
that's fine.
is
That's
the
fine.
5.
But when we started again, how many played at the back?
4-4-4, 100%.
Okay, I like that.
100%.
We leave it as that.
100%. 100%.
We'll leave it as that. We'll leave it as that.
Yeah, didn't even argue that. I didn't try to say man's midfield
we'll
on
leave it as that.
100%.
Were you a keeper that you see when it gets on top, and you just need your keeper just to come out, catch it, and just take the stress, or were you like, nah, you lot deal with that? Like,
Yeah.
you lot deal with
Play high
that.
or
You lot deal with
When I
that.
was younger, I was that one.
Yeah,
I was like, boy, boy. If I was having a bad game as well,
yeah.
you lot,
You better get
will
that
have
out.
to get that one.
Yeah.
But as I've grown up, like, and playing that, I like to take charge.
Do you think? Oh, that's I like the way you said that because my question was gonna be. Do you think keepers should take initiative in those positions there?
It depends, but you got to know what you can and can't come for.
Yes.
So there's
Okay.
So it's not.
I'm
I
with that.
know people say like every cross, even when you watching football like at a lower level or Sunday League level, you see a cross come in, you hear someone else shouting keepers. The keeper's not coming for it.
And
Like,
the keeper ain't even called.
he ain't cool. So they don't call for it. I've had so many arguments with things like that.
Okay.
You
in
must
teams
beef
and
man
stuff.
for that.
Yeah.
Centre backs and
'cause
that.
it-
That's the keepers.
Yeah,
And you're
because
looking
it's
and
got a
thinking,
bit
oh,
of height. It doesn't mean the keeper comes for everything. You
Yeah.
don't know what's in between. You might be getting pinned in and so many other things.
and you don't know his picture.
Yeah, it's true.
Because obviously, like outfield players, keeper must have pictures because things are happening
To see it,
repetitively.
yeah, of course. The flight of the ball as well. Whether I'm 2 yards off,
Yeah.
go for it.
Can I
Stuff
actually
like
go
that.
for it? Is there too many people in the way?
It's a lot of
Loads.
stuff.
You touched on something. We touched on it at the beginning, actually. So we're going to touch on it again.
Go on.
But the state of black keepers, do you think anything has changed from when you came in the game as a
Definitely.
15-year-old?
Definitely. There's a lot more,
Yep.
and I think they're treated more equal. Like they're given the trust by certain managers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some might not, some do, but there's a lot more about. Basically, it was just me. When I was young, it was me.
Was that the Dave,
Tony Tucker was older than me.
Was that the David James era as well?
Yeah,
David James
so
at
there
Liverpool.
weren't really
But
much.
there's
like-
not. And then, as you said, Shaka, his lot,
Yeah, it's not.
David James.
'Cause
And then
I'm going to be honest. I just, even to
they
maybe...
were coming up with Tim Howard.
But do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's not even as a negative. Even black people used to not trust black goalkeepers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. Even up until last week, I think we spoke about it, and I said to myself, I hope Mendy's move works out because I've always written off black goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Because
He's
I've always,
done well.
and the reason is because when I see them, and I see a lot of them more to do in African Nations Cup, I just see calamity.
Yeah, no, but
I
it's
love
the
it.
truth.
Accident.
No,
I can't lie.
It's the truth.
I just see
though.
accidents.
love it.
Like,
It's true.
I
It's
just
the
see
truth.
all the time. So
Especially when you're to African Nation.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They're very excited.
The thing is, yeah, what people gotta understand as well. Them keepers there, they're not trained like we are here.
I know that. I know. But still,
what's happened now though is those keepers are now at top clubs.
Yeah.
So now when we watch the African nations, it's not as wild as say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what you watch it 10 years
Yeah.
ago? You're seeing the
but-
one-on-one. A man's through. One-on-one, and you're
he's
seeing the
taking
keeper
you out, bruv.
tearing
Yeah,
down.
but that's not just goalkeepers as well, though. But that's a whole outfield players. Any player that is based out there
Yeah.
is wild anyway. Even look at the tackles they
I
come
know.
flying in.
No, it's true, but then that's why I say now, because when you look at it now, you see Mendy at Chelsea, Mandanda's had a prolific career.
Yes.
At,
Yeah, but
at
most
Marseille.
of the we'll say black goalkeepers, yeah,
come through France.
they are not playing for the actual native countries.
Yes.
Yes.
Facts.
No, but and
Yes.
that's it again
Yes.
because now it comes to
Yes.
where the education's
Yes.
come. Now, no disrespect, but keeper back home in Nigeria
To
compared to a black keeper who's been educated in Europe,
it's a different thing.
it's way different.
It's
Do you get what I'm
It
saying?
is different. But what I'm saying is that a lot of even outfield players in general don't play for their actual native countries. So, for example,
now I mean,
now,
it's
yes.
changing. It's slowly changing.
Go on. Wait.
it's slowly
look at England.
Let's see, Ash. Wait.
Okay,
Look at England.
yeah.
Especially, all right, if you look at their 21s,
But when you say native countries,
I mean their parents is wherever they're actually from.
but then,
But
my
they've
argument
learnt
is-
here.
Yeah,
I
but,
get that.
Yeah, but my argument is unless they've been educated from their parents about home and maybe visited back home, really and truly, why should they
Play for who?
play for their native country? Why should they? Because I know a lot of
I
players
get that.
who
I get what your argument
I know
is.
a lot of them whose parents even from Ghana, like the whole under-21 squad is probably 80% black. Do you get what I'm saying? But how many of them, we don't know, but I'm just saying, how many of them have been educated about back home? Has Tariq Lamptey been educated about Ghana? Has Ryan Sessegnon, I believe is that, if I'm right, is Sierra Leone, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure. Reece James's dad is West Indian, but does he know about his heritage to pass on to Reece? So really and truly, these men are English boys.
That's how Wolf though. Wolf made the decision to play for Ivory Coast.
Yeah, but why though?
What?
Was it because I want
Was
to
it
play
because
for
I
Ivory
want to
Coast?
play for
because
Ivory Coast?
Ivory Coast, or
Yeah.
because I'm not
Alright.
getting into the England squad?
I salute you.
Let's be
But-
honest.
I salute
but-
you.
Because at that
Shall I tell you
time,
the thing is-
he was at Palace. Raheem's coming through.
And it was a bit like...
Let's be serious.
Yeah,
here.
I get that,
Do you know what I
but-
mean?
I love both of them.
You're saying about him being educated. He does a lot of work for Ivory Coast. as
Yeah,
well.
no,
I'm not disputing that.
no.
I'm not disputing. We're talking
That's
about.
not what he's saying.
I'm not.
He's
Okay,
not saying
cool.
that.
So
He's
you're
not saying
saying we're saying Zaha, yeah?
Yeah.
Zaha's probably been consistent-ish for the last 4 years?
Yeah.
That
He's been carrying his team on his back for 4 years.
for
right?
carrying Crystal Palace.
Yeah, easy.
Raheem has been consistent for the last 10. Since
Yeah.
he came in as a 16-year-old,
17, yeah. 16, 17.
he hasn't dropped off.
Yeah.
So why are they gonna look at it and say who is Zaha to Sterling?
All right,
Yeah,
all right, another
Yeah,
argument.
so that's the whole on.
Alex Iwobi. I was
Yeah.
gonna add Iwobi as
Another
well.
one.
I was
He
gonna
played
add
for
Iwobi.
England at 16s and 16s, 17s.
And then
Iwobi's
gone
not
back.
getting into the England squad.
Nah.
So really,
So
and
you're
truly,
saying
he's kind of
do you think
lucky to
they're
the
doing
point
it for
where
a scapegoat. They're taking the easy
Boy.
option out.
Boy.
That's a question they're
Boy,
gonna have to ask. But how I see it,
Man can't argue that.
how I see it, obviously it's easy.
Alright.
Raheem,
If Wilf was
not Raheem.
picked for England, hold on.
Yeah.
Are you telling me if Wilf got that pick for England, Wilf wouldn't have just picked
Of course
England?
he's gonna pick England.
He would have picked England.
You trying to tell me if
And I'm not disrespecting him.
if Southgate
There's no
did say,
disrespect.
Alex, we need you, do you think he's going to go Nigeria? Of course he's not. He's going to play for England.
That-
But unfortunately, there is a bucket full of talented players. Not knocking Zaha. Zaha's a terrific player.
Yeah.
But there's also levels. And which, unfortunately, Raheem is in front of him. He's not displacing Raheem. You can carry Crystal Palace on your back all you want. But when you've been playing for two top teams consistently,
Playing Champions League.
international for 10 years, sorry, so really and truly, that Ivory Coast, of course he's going to go Ivory Coast. So every because we even said it when we spoke to Ricky and that,
Yeah.
every football wants to play international football. Doesn't matter
There
where
isn't,
it is.
I don't care who,
I want
where
to
you're
play.
playing.
Like if I got a chance of going to the World Cup, even if it's one like the Reggae Boys back in the
Bro-
98,
brother,
if I've
I'm
got
going.
a chance of going, I'm gonna do it because
Listen,
it benefits me at the
that
end
World
of the
Cup
day.
in itself,
Yeah, it
that
puts-
98 World Cup for the
Yeah,
Reggae
bruv.
Boys, like, I remember my uncle going with his brother. Do you understand? It was France. Like,
Come on, bro.
Jamaica's never going to really get to... You understand?
Yeah,
like, it was
it's
a
mad.
moment.
Okay, put you in that position now, yeah? Whilst you're at Southampton, you got an England call up under 19s or 18s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who's English? Okay, there's a few in your way, yeah? And then they've had a conversation, well, Ashlee, we kind of see, we want you, we don't want you going anywhere, but we kind of see you. And then boom, out of nowhere. I'm sorry, your mum's heritage is
Jamaican.
your dad is
from Barbados.
So
and
one of those.
Canada. All right, yeah. Boom.
Canada.
Boom. See, we both linked up to that straight away.
Yeah.
Boom.
You're playing the game.
Canada.
You're in. Is it
you're in the top echelon of CONCACAF.
CONCACAF? That's it.
Yeah, so you're the top echelon of CONCACAF.
And they're saying
I
that.
actually was in the process of trying to do that when I was at
You see what I'm saying?
So that's what we're trying to say.
That's
though.
what I was trying to say now. Like it's not fair
It's
enough.
not we're putting down.
Yeah. It's
The,
just,
the other nation.
You're getting where you
Yeah,
fit.
but you're here.
Yeah.
You're in England.
So you're
And
saying the
indirectly-
African lot, yeah, fair enough, they're not playing for their native, but a bag of them who play for France were born in France.
Yeah.
They might have known
Right.
about the heritage.
Pause.
They might go back home.
Killer.
But
Killer.
at the end of
No,
the day,
I've got one.
Go on.
I've got the killer. The killer.
Go on.
The top African countries. The North African countries.
yeah.
The majority of the North African countries, where their players from? They're either from Holland
Yeah.
or France.
France.
Do you get what I mean?
France, yeah.
I'm not saying they haven't got quality players in Egypt, in Tunisia, in Algeria, in Morocco, but the majority of their top talented players are from there. Born in there as well.
And I'm only gonna. I don't want to touch on this quick because I want to come back to we've reared off. But remember, when it comes to money, when it comes to representation, when it comes to you being looked after,
It's a big deal.
if from North Africa, I'm born in Morocco, but I come to France young. But then hold on a second. No, forget that. I'm born in France, but my parents are from North Africa. They're from there. But the facilities or the makeup over in Morocco isn't great. Small time, I might even that some of the Nigerian players, some of them have to pay their own way to get to go back. But then hold on a second, I can either play for USA or I can play for England. I know where I'm going. If I'm really wanted like that, I know where I'm going. So this is how it is, man. Do you know what I mean? Like France, even when France went to the World Cup, I think only out of the is
I've
it
got a
19?
picture.
I think only 3 of them are actually French.
Not Ghanaian.
French. Not Senegalese.
African.
Not Cameroon.
France. The
French.
winning, the World
French.
Cup winning team.
Deschamps.
No. Not
yeah,
talking about
that
players.
team.
Yeah,
Talking about the players.
Deschamps.
Yeah.
There's Giroud.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
talking about the last World Cup.
Yeah, Giroud,
Yeah, man, that won the last one.
Giroud, Tovan,
Pogba.
and who's the other one? Giroud, Tovan, and what's the right back called that plays at Bayern Munich? Pavard.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Griezmann isn't fully French either.
Everyone
Who
else.
is he?
He's, I believe, he's Argentine. He's got
got
some
some-
sort of
yeah,
South
yeah,
American
yeah,
man.
something
You see what I'm
else,
saying? So it's only 3
mad
out
though,
of that.
innit?
So that's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Of a
You
22-man
get me
squad,
Yeah.
only 3 man
3.
are what we would call, in having this
Yeah,
conversation,
French.
native.
Yeah, native. Yeah,
French.
yeah. So
It is mad though.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
So going back to the question, so you think in terms of black representations, you think there is an improvement? And
100%.
no,
Yeah.
100%.
I'd say it.
goalkeepers.
Definitely.
in terms of goalkeepers, yeah.
100%.
Because as you
Loads.
mentioned, as Ash mentioned, realistically, you're only looking at Xhaka.
Yeah.
Like, as a black keeper, no
What do you think there could be?
disrespect.
Do you think?
Again, no disrespect to David James, but you're mixed race, and Xhaka was a black keeper.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he was out there as the
Yeah.
black keeper. Because
From the Caribbean as well.
yeah, he was from Trinidad, so that's another bus.
Quick 5 questions before we get onto the last one.
Guy.
Most talented player you've played with? You're getting 1 this time.
Yeah, 1.
You're getting 1 this time. So I'm saying, Ben, he's getting 1.
No breakups. in there. No breakups.
Bruv, Jesus Christ.
No, there's no
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you played with a few man too.
So who's
So-
maybe even if it's in
and I
training?
don't care. Do you know what it is?
Who's
It's not
yeah.
his career.
Yeah.
Forget the career after. It's what you saw at that time.
yeah.
Who was the guy that you said
most
"Bruh,
Ray
talented
Jones.
player? Sorry?
Ray Jones.
Ray Jones.
The one
QPR
that died.
passed away
Peace,
in the
rest
car.
in peace. Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Mad thing.
Rest
He was
in
a bad
peace.
boy.
People, please, yeah,
Rest
do
in
your
peace,
research
man.
on him,
Rest in
please,
peace.
please.
Yeah.
I beg you, please.
Oh, no, wait. I don't know.
Oh, but we're still saying rest in peace.
No, 100%.
But it's between him and Shabazz Baidu.
Oh.
I don't
between
even want to
them
tell
two.
you
I
who
don't
that
wanna-
is. People, I don't want to tell you who that
It's
is.
between them two.
But my
Hey,
My-
Shabazz Baidu.
Shabazz.
It's just Shabazz. It's just Shabazz.
no, I'm not going into that.
Big-
My uncle, yeah, I used to have arguments with him over him because obviously I know what he does now.
Yeah.
So me and him used to have arguments over this. And he used to go to me, listen, Shabazz, one of the best things I've ever seen, yeah? My man didn't even go training. He just used to play, yeah? My man was hard. I said, shut up. What do you mean you don't go training and he's hard?
Yeah.
He said, brother, that man there. He said, he went QPR like it didn't faze him. When he was playing, he played football like...
He could have went anywhere. He could have went. Blackburn wanted him, Norwich wanted him.
I heard he was
He was
different.
Dumb.
But he wasn't interested.
He was a net man.
He
was
finding that he was.
No, I'm saying who net man in terms of obviously you said shot stopping was one of your specialties, but who put the ball in the back of the net where you thought
Ray Jones.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Ray Jones.
Ray Jones.
Them two, Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
No, I'm just saying who you played with.
Sides, side nets, siders.
Especially when I was younger, Leon best.
Bestie.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like that.
He was
efficient.
His finishing
efficient
was mad. Theo can finish as well.
No. Really?
No.
No.
Actually,
you know what?
Theo can finish.
Imagine
he
that.
hasn't got a brain, but he can actually finish.
He can finish.
Imagine that. Man just said it
Yeah,
quick.
he has
Don't do
actually-
it.
he has
Man
actually
said it to you
finished.
straight. Don't do it. You can finish,
He
mate.
can finish.
Most underrated player. Someone who doesn't get the credit that they deserve. You came from an academy that produced players.
Out of players I've played with.
Yeah, all the players you played. Any player you've played with where you can see like, raw, my man puts in a shift.
And he doesn't get the
He don't
recognition.
even get too much recognition for what he does. But what he does is a lot. There's a few in his head. You can see it.
There's a number.
No, I want one.
You can see it.
Listen, my cameraman just said he wants one.
It's between.
Ben said one.
It's between. I could actually tell you the reason as well.
Please, go on then.
Go on then.
It's between
Sorry, Ben.
Chronicles and Richards
Yeah.
because he does so much for others on the pitch that he doesn't get credit for.
Are you saying it's because you're family?
No.
Is it family?
It's a family.
No.
Is it a family?
It's a family affair.
Because
Family.
like, I've seen when he has an off game, you see people saying so much nonsense.
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah.
And then when he does all the dirty work, he rather someone else score. He'll do the dirty work and set you up, and then you can take the praise wherever. He don't care. Like he's one. The other one I think is a bit underrated was Adam as well.
Adam Lallana.
Yeah.
Lallana.
Yeah.
I'll get that.
Underrated.
Why you say that?
Because I think he was appreciated at Liverpool, but I don't think he was appreciated enough.
Yeah,
I don't know if he
yeah.
got to showcase enough, but
Yeah.
even when you watch games he's played in for Liverpool, he plays well and he's
effective.
and he's effective.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Bradley's the same as well, man. Jesus, it's free go. But go on, next question.
No, this is the last one now. So throughout your entire career, from the
Ground up.
from the ground up, from the Watford, from the QPR, and they didn't want to pay for your rehab to go into Southampton. We're not going to go there. To go into Darlington and even hashtag now, and you're still playing here and there. What advice would you give a 15?
Nah.
Because that's when he went. 16.
No, I'd say.
That's when he went Southampton and mum passed.
No, mine's there. That's
16.
That's it. Yeah.
16.
Where a 16 version of you, knowing that your mum's just passed, knowing also that in a couple of weeks that you're going to Southampton, going to Southampton, doing what you're doing, what would you tell that 16-year-old version of you?
Yeah.
What would you tell him?
Would you say, what's the advice you're
What's
giving?
the advice? What's the perseverance? What's that? What could you tell him?
Me then and that, I would have said to myself to stay at Southampton. 100%.
No, before you're going though.
No, but I'm saying
Before
you're going. Yeah,
you're
16.
16.
He's getting ready to go.
No, I'm saying you're going in. Your mum's passed.
Yeah.
You're going in to Southampton.
And I spoke to me.
Yeah.
And you're speaking.
Speaking to you, and you're saying to yourself what you think you should do to get to the next level to push on, what would your advice be to yourself?
Use all the negativity to use the negative things that's happened as motivation to get to the next stage. Because that's all that's... See, like with me as a person, if you tell me I can't do something, cool. Because I'll do it. No matter what it is, I'll do it one way or another.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of thing that would have had to be said to myself. And to be fair, my uncle probably even said that because he was just like, just do what your mum would have wanted and do what you think fits.
Yeah.
Respect that.
So it's just, that is probably it for me, you know.
Respect
Well,
that.
you can't say too much to that.
Definitely.
You understand?
What's Ashlee doing now? Because I know you're coming in some lovely night gear.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Looking like man sponsored.
You know what I'm saying? So I know something's going down right now. So what's the latest with you? What you keeping up with nowadays? In terms of, I know you're still kicking ball, but
I started up my own goalkeeping, like 1-to-1 sessions and academy sort of thing.
Could you the socials or
what's the
whatever,
socials?
what is
Where
it?
can they find you? Website,
On Instagram,
what you down as?
AJ goalkeeping _.
Okay.
And then yes, I got a few really good young boys. One boy's at Colchester with doing the scholarship. Got a schoolboy, he's 16 now, so he's in his last year of school at Southend.
Okay.
Got a couple. I got a young boy that's at Watford, who's 10. I got quite a few good young goalkeepers.
Decent.
All right.
Decent.
So it's just, I just want to give them the right information.
Of course.
Because a lot of it's mad, especially around this sort of area. The goalkeeper and coaches that are about don't know, not that they don't know what they're talking about. Number one, and the training sessions are too robotic. So I make everything game related.
Okay.
So for example, I don't tell them how, unless it's the warm up, I don't tell them how the ball's gonna come in because you don't know when you're playing.
Yeah.
So I would try and make them match ready all the time.
Okay.
That's about even my youngest ones. It's the same thing.
Game ready.
Game ready
Game
and
ready.
being positive. And the thing is I don't just do like the coaching side. I just try and tap into them mentally.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing in goal, it's all about your mindset. Because as soon as you
course.
have any inkling of like negativity, especially you playing in goal, if you have that one little thing, it will just...
It's a lonely job, you know.
It's a lonely place.
It's a lonely job, you
For a
know.
long period of time.
Brother, it's a lonely
Yeah.
job. When you make
Concentration's
mistake, and
key,
if you
yeah.
make a mistake,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it leads to a
and
goal.
That's the thing, like, so you would, even if you, for example, if you come to a session that I'm doing and even if you watch, you see some part of me in all these kids that it's mad, especially the one I've been working with the longest. I was saying to his brother the other day, he is so much like me, it's a joke. Like, from down to...
Side foots and that.
Yeah, like, and the
Side
thing is,
foot volleys,
I
huh?
taught him how to do the side volley, everything. So it's like, I know what works for them, but in the same breath, I want them to have a voice. It's not, I'm not, you don't come to me just for me to dictate to you the whole time, because something I might say to you, you might not be comfortable with.
Yeah.
So I give him my input, especially the one I've been working with the longest. I give him my input, he tries it, he'll tell me straight, no, I don't think that was working for me. But cool, I have to find something else. Yeah. This is what people don't understand. You see, like one-to-one coaches,
that. I like that.
You see, like one-to-one coaches, they think because they say it's right, it's not, because everyone's different. So like, you've got it's up to the coach to find a way for you to do something. Yeah. So it's like, for example, you see like catching the ball. Like, for example, we say like catching the ball. If the technique you're telling them to do ain't working, it's up to the coach is the one that gets paid.
Yeah, of course.
So it's up to you. I'm paying you, so you need to tell me a way that I can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Simple as. But a lot of these coaches,
No, I appreciate
because they
that,
follow the book and this, it don't always work for everyone.
No,
I'm saying this so much. Like, a lot of the coaching, and not just goalkeeping coaching in general, is based off a book. And a lot of these coaches are book coaches,
Yeah.
and that's what I call
This
them.
is-
and
and
it's
the-
frustrating.
And the thing is, this is the problem. A lot of goalkeeping coaches that do the courses and whatever, I can show you coaches that probably got more badges than me, whatever.
100, yeah.
I ain't even done mine yet. That's always part of it. And I'll be real, I haven't done mine yet, but I'm entered at a certain level. But because of COVID, I couldn't do them all.
Yeah.
So you can bring me them, and like I'll, like for example, where I'm based, there's coaches there who have worked with clubs and blah blah blah. They're standing around my session watching my sessions,
Wow.
and asking me about that goalkeeper, this keeper. How old is he?
That must
See what
mean
I'm
your
saying?
thing's inventive because they're looking at yours to say, "Right, can I teeth piece it is thing?" Because that's what
Yeah,
mainly
'cause
coaches are doing.
This is what they're doing.
You understand? So, nah, man. Big business.
Listen, all the best with that.
Come
Thank
on.
you.
AJ coaching _
AJ goalkeeping.
AJ goalkeeper. I'm thinking of I'm moving mad.
AJ
AJ
goalkeeping,
goalkeeping
yeah.
_
Yeah,
Yeah, all the best with that, sir.
Please.
And you never know. # he's ready to come back again.
Man, that's me like my agent, you know.
Man,
Man,
selling man's places, you know.
He's ready
Let
to
them
come back
go,
again.
man.
But nah, big up yourself, man, and all the best. And thanks for coming. I really appreciate
No
your time.
problem,
Trust
man.
me.
Blessings.
Myself, JNR, my big co-host here, the father.
This guy on DR.
Love for that.
Course.
All the best. Chronicles of Football podcast.
Yeah, subscribe.
All of that stuff.
comment,
Like.
all of that stuff.
#COF. Stay blessed.
When I was born, it was just football for me.
Oh, really?
Like, playing in the park from the age of God knows when, rain, snow, football. I didn't know nothing else but football. Like, Ronaldo was my idol. I'd usually watch him play. After the boots was wearing that same game, try to go buy them and just do some skills in the park. So I was on trial at Orient and Arsenal at the same time. Arsenal offered me 2-year contract and Orient offered me 4-year contract. Parent was like 4-2. 4-2. I wasn't really good with pressure. I felt like the pressures of Arsenal would be more than the pressures of Orient. I signed at under 12s. By under 13s, I was playing for under 14s. Yeah, Orient was just beautiful. I got some guy who was looking after me, and he would tell me that, yeah, like clubs like Fulham want me. He told me to leave Orient and come and try with them. If they really want me, then they pay the money. I had a game for my district. Towards like the 80th minute, one stupid tackle, my foot was left on the floor, done my ACL. After like 7 months of my surgery, eventually got the green light. My first game back was against Luton. Yeah, it was coming to the time where we had our meeting, our reviews, end of the season reviews, and I had mine. The boy below you and the boy above you probably have more to offer than you do. I think when I heard that, yeah, like, I started crying. Where I finally just called it quits on football, I went on trial at F.A Town. At F.A, I was so cocky, and I feel like this came across as me having attitude problems, arrogance and whatsoever.
Did you feel like you gave up on yourself?
I did. I therefore did.